Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. I hope that you are having a wonderful one out there, a beautiful day. Today we're going to listen to a little Richard Thompson. We're going to listen to this track off of his album Amnesia, 1988, sixth studio album. It's going to be the track Can't Win that we're listening to here. I'm looking at the album cover, which features, I would imagine, Mr. Thompson shaving with a gentleman juggling balls in the background. Don't get distracted by that, especially while you're shaving. You do not want to get distracted by that. It will not end up a good time. This was recommended and sponsored by David. David, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the support. I truly appreciate that. I'm excited to dive into this one. Let's see what's, hopefully he doesn't cut himself doing this one. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll discuss it after. Can't Win.
I started to cry, they put gin in my cup. I started to crawl and they swaddled me up. I got up and run, they said, easy son, play up, play the game. They told me to think, then forget what I heard. They told me to lie and they questioned my word. They told me to fail, better sink than sail, just play the game. Oh, towers will tumble and locusts will visit the land.
Love how the bass rose with his voice there.
Oh, a curse on your house and your children and the fruits of your hand. They said you can't. Shoot down dreams, we stiletto in the back. Oh, the nerve of some people, the nerve of some people, the nerve of some people. I don't know who you think you are, who you think you are.
There's a little attitude in there. Kind of hits a talk kind of vibe here, in a sense.
What kind of mother would hamstring her sons, throw sand in their eyes and put ice on their tongues? I better to leave and stay here and grieve and play the game. Don't awaken the dead as you sleepwalk around. If you have a dream, brother, hush, not a sound. Just stand there and rust, die if you must, but play the game.
Gotta play the game.
Oh, we can't have it. Why should a wretch like you? Oh, it was drilled in our heads.
Love that organ back there.
Drill it into your head too. They said you can't win, you can't win. You sweat blood, you give in. You can't win, you can't win. Turn the cheek, take it on the chin. Don't you dare do this, don't you dare do that. We shoot down dreams, stiletto in my back. Oh, the nerve of some people.
I love how the chorus just keeps building.
The nerve of some people. I don't know who you think you are. The nerve of some people. The nerve of some people. The nerve of some people. The nerve of some
It's really good.
people. The nerve of some 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 people.
Yep. that calm, steady buildup. It's great. You know, I'm going to toss that on my playlist. I'm tossing that on. That was a really, really fantastic track. Okay. From every single respect, where do we even begin? So starting off with a little bit of a dusty Western kind of vibe in the beginning, right? Slight country adjacent, kind of has a little bit of an attitude. There's something to this. And then as it builds up, the flourishes and the different styles begin to kind of immerse themselves and make themselves known. The bass comes in, which, I mean, when I pull this up, here, you look what I see. Do you see what I see? Star-studded lineup on this album as a whole, but the bass is performed by Mr. Tony Levin himself. So, of course, you're going to have some absolute brilliant melodic bass here flowing through the lifeblood of this track, which is just incredibly enjoyable. On this track here, which is track number 8, you also have playing drums, Mickey Curry. Mr. Curry, if I'm pulling up his Wikipedia, as I've never heard of him, has played with many an artist: Hall & Oates, Cher, Tina Turner, Alice Cooper, David Bowie, Elvis Costello, and the list goes on and on and on. Tom Waits as well. So once again, like a lot of experience packed into this album, and the way that the drums build up into the music and into the eventual finale, it has this calm demeanor, but this big presence. You know the what's the phrase? Walk tall with a big stick or whatever it is, like. Come in peace, but have a big stick ready. And I feel like the song has that attitude. It has the gentle giant kind of attitude in which you don't want to stir it. You don't want to anger or upset it. And I think the way that Richard is singing definitely tells that tale. I love that little bit of kind of held back grit with which he sings within this track, especially as it gets later towards the later part where he just keeps on repeating the nerve of some people. You can feel that little bit of anger and bitterness seething through his teeth. You can just see it. The nerve of some people. The nerve of some people. He just gets on it. And that is the line that he sticks on. And then eventually, when the song breaks away into that guitar solo, what a fun, electrifying, and balanced, and yet at the same time, a solo that has so much variety to it. The different techniques that he showcases, I'm not a guitarist and I don't have any sort of knowledge of that, but the different sounds that he comes up with, it reminds me of, some of the perhaps more well-known guitarists who, play with a lot of different effects and, make a lot of different sounds out of their guitars and such. And the way he does that and implements it into the track, it makes it so much more spicy to listen to. It makes it so much more satisfying. It's not just a good solo that hits those satisfying marks, reaches the climax, and brings it back down. It is all those things, but there's those added techniques and flares that really make it that much more interesting to listen to. The organ coming up and brewing it several times during the track is really nice. That's going to be performed, as I look, by Mitchell Froome, handling organ and such. And then you have, what was I going to say? There's a lot of melodies and chord changes here, and little moments of a little bit of space that remind me of Talk Talk. Talk Talk. For a moment, my mind just short circuited, and I got really confused between Talking Heads and Talk Talk. I was like, which one is it again? and this is sounding more towards like Color of Spring, deep into their artistry, not quite into their more freeform and improvised, tracks and off of like. Laughing Tree and such, but like it kind of has that kind of sound to it, which I think was really cool how the track morphed into that. And I would say a big part of that morphing is because of the organ and the way that it was delivered and played there. You know what? And can I say, the music is so different than the album cover. I started to cry, they put gin in my cup. I started to crawl and they swallowed me up. I got up and run, they said, easy son, play up, play the game. I started to cry. They put gin in my cup. Make you cry more. It's like they started to crawl. They swallowed me up, like protecting, like they're protecting. The parents are protecting perhaps a little bit over much. Sometimes I'm like that with Liam. I can't lie. They told me to think and forget what I heard. They told me to lie and they questioned my word. They told me to fail. Better sink than sail. Just play the game. Better just to fit in to play the game rather than to stand out and possibly win or hurt yourself or lose in the journey of it all. Oh, towers will tumble. The locusts will visit the land. Oh, a curse on your house and your children and the fruit of your hand. They said you can't win. You can't win. You sweat blood. You give in. You can't win. You can't win. Turn the cheek. Take it on the chin. Don't you dare do this. Don't you dare do that. We shoot down dreams. We stiletto in the back. Stab you back there. The nerve of some people. I don't know who you think you are. Who you think you are. You know, people that are putting you down or in the sense saying you shouldn't do this. You can't do this. You'll never be able to do this. You know, it's not worth the risk. You're only going to get hurt. In a sense, he's saying, how dare you? You know, this is something I want to do. I want to try this. You know, I may not be able to win with you. I can't win with you, as the name of the track implies, but I'm still going to try my own way. I'm still going to try my own thing and set out on myself. What kind of mother would hamstring her sons, throw sand in their eyes and put ice on their tongues? That's a great question. Better to leave than stay here and grieve and play the game. I'm not playing the game, at least not in the way you expect me to. Don't waken the dead as you sleepwalk around. If you have a dream, brother, hush, not a sound. Just stand there and rust, die if you must, but play the game. Everyone's telling you to play the game, but everyone else is also letting the game play them. If we can't have it, why should a wretch like you? What was drilled in our heads, now we drill it into your head too. They said you can't win, you sweat blood, you give in, turn the cheek, take it on the chin, don't you dare do this, don't you do that, and it goes on from there. And like I said, that frustration just builds and builds and builds into eventually when he just volcanoes, spouts out that blistering guitar solo. This was a really, really excellent track. David, great suggestion. Great suggestion. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. Thank you as always for being here. You know, whether you're in here day in, day out, maybe you're here once a week. Some of you come in, you know, every day. A lot of you come in here every day, which I really appreciate, you know, and I can almost pinpoint some of the times that some of you arrive and when you watch the videos. Eagles rules. You come in more, at least on my end, more towards like the late afternoon, early evening. Maybe you're watching after work. You know, Pentagram, you're here like first thing in the morning. Maybe you wake up and you're like, sunrise, check the channel. You know, I kind of, and then a lot of you are kind of in between. You know, I appreciate that is the point I'm trying to get to. So thank you for being here. Hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Gaia Eternal, you come in like maybe like just a half hour or so after usually like the first video upload or an hour. Thank you guys for being here. Come back tomorrow. I'll see you later.